The following story is based on real-life criminal cases. Some names, details, and events have been altered for privacy and dramatic purposes. While every effort has been made to ensure accuracy, certain information may not be factually verified. Viewer discretion is strongly advised. Some of these cases remain unsolved to this day.
Her story all over the news, but Jade was seen right here in this parking lot. These were the last moments that anyone seen her, and
The mystery of Jade Elise Mckissic, the Bayou bodies, and the question haunting Houston. Good day and welcome back to Murder Mysteries, where each case is a chilling reminder of how truth hides in plain sight. Tonight's story takes us deep into Houston, Texas, a city gripped by unease and speculation. When another body surfaced this week in one of the city's murky bayous, the whispers began once again. Residents are asking the same question that has echoed for months. Is there a serial killer in Houston? Please, before we continue, do not forget to like and subscribe to Murder Mysteries. It helps this community continue to uncover stories that demand to be heard. Stories that remind us how fragile safety can feel when the unexplained turns into the unthinkable. The latest discovery was identified as Jade Elise Mckissic, a young woman whose life ended far too soon. The details are both sparse and disturbing. Her body was found partially submerged, caught among reeds and debris, in the same bayou where several others have been recovered this year. The total count of bodies discovered in Houston's waterways now surpasses 20 lives, 20 stories, 20 families waiting for answers. Police officials have urged the public to remain calm, repeating their stance that there is no credible evidence pointing to a serial offender. Yet the sheer number of victims, the proximity of locations, and the similarities in the circumstances have sparked a firestorm of speculation. On social media platforms like TikTok, amateur investigators and concerned residents have pieced together timelines, maps, and theories. Many believe there is a pattern, one too precise to dismiss as coincidence. Jade's story begins like many others. She was known for her bright smile and free-spirited nature. Friends say she had recently been struggling to get her life back on track after moving across the city. The night she disappeared, she was last seen leaving a small gathering on the east side of Houston. Surveillance footage captured her walking alone near a gas station around midnight. Hours later, her phone went silent. Days passed before anyone realized she was missing. When her body was discovered, residents in the area described a now familiar scene. Flashing lights, crime scene tape, detectives combing through brush along the bayou's edge. The air carried that heavy silence, the kind that follows tragedy after tragedy, when shock starts to turn into fear. For the Houston Police Department, this is becoming an exhausting narrative. The official statements emphasize caution against online hysteria. Investigators maintain that each death has unique circumstances: drug overdoses, suicides, accidental drownings, and occasional homicides unrelated to each other. But many find it difficult to accept that explanation. Too many young people have been found, too many cases unresolved, too many families left with the same unanswered questions. Law enforcement faces a difficult balance, managing public fear while avoiding confirmation of something that may not exist. Yet as former FBI agent Tracy Walder told Law&Crime's Jesse Weber, when patterns appear in death locations, times, or victim profiles, investigators cannot afford to dismiss them entirely. You do not want to feed panic, Walder said, but you cannot ignore data that keeps repeating itself. The bayous of Houston have always been part of the city's landscape, a maze of waterways that twist beneath bridges and highways. They are both natural and eerie, capable of hiding evidence, secrets, and sorrow. For investigators, these muddy waters pose both a logistical nightmare and a forensic puzzle. Bodies recovered from the bayous are often decomposed or damaged, leaving little physical evidence to determine cause of death. In several of the recent cases, toxicology results have been inconclusive. That ambiguity fuels theories that something more sinister lurks beneath the surface. As reports spread about Jade Elise Mckissic, Her name became another symbol of the growing unease. People began drawing connections: the timing of her disappearance, the proximity of recovery sites, and even the similarities in victim demographics. Most of those found were between their early 20s and late 30s. Many disappeared late at night, near downtown or the east side. Houston's police chief addressed the concerns during a tense press conference, reiterating that social media speculation is not evidence. Yet his tone carried exhaustion, perhaps even frustration. Reporters pressed for details about whether the department had considered the possibility of a serial predator. His response was careful: "We are investigating each case thoroughly." Meanwhile, online communities have taken matters into their own hands. TikTok videos, stitched with eerie background music and side-by-side maps, claim to have spotted a pattern linking the victims to specific bayous. Hashtags like hashtag Bayou Killer and hashtag Houston Mystery trend each time another body is found. Some users have begun driving to these sites themselves, filming the scenes, hoping to find clues. The fascination is understandable, but dangerous. As former FBI agent Walder pointed out, unverified theories can derail investigations, lead to false accusations, and even destroy lives. Still, she acknowledged that the public's instinct to look for connections is natural. When people see repeated tragedy in one place, they look for meaning. They look for a cause, because believing it is random is often harder to accept. For Jade's family, this is not a mystery to theorize about. It is a nightmare to live through. Her mother spoke briefly to reporters, her voice trembling as she asked for respect and privacy. "I just want my daughter's story to matter," she said. "I want to know what happened to her." In truth, that may be the heart of Houston's fear. It is not simply the idea of a serial killer, but the unbearable thought that so many deaths could go unanswered, that something or someone could be hiding behind coincidence. Authorities continue their investigations. DNA testing, cross-referencing of case files, and collaboration with the FBI are all ongoing. Yet even as evidence remains inconclusive, the public's anxiety grows. Each new discovery adds another layer to a city's collective dread, another name, another face, another story cut short. The question remains: if these deaths are unrelated, why do they feel so connected? Is it a narrative shaped by social media, or a truth too dark to acknowledge openly? For now, the bayous keep their secrets. The water flows on, carrying fragments of stories, fragments of lives, like whispers lost in the reeds. This is Mutter Mistress. Thank you for watching. And please, before you go, do not forget to like, subscribe, and share. Awareness is often the first step toward truth. And in cases like this, truth is the only thing that brings peace.